Write a book that will serve the world. This works great for procrastinators. Now, if the title of this video grabbed you, you are most likely procrastinating on finishing your book or even on starting to write it. Most likely, if the title grabbed you as well, you are also really wanting to write a book that will serve the world. You probably feel like you have some information or you've gone through some experiences in your life, maybe some sort of healing journey, and you wish that you could share what you've learned along the way with other people who are going through the same thing, because you know it would really help people and you know it would lessen people's pain. However, what you've probably found out if you've tried to start writing this book that you really want to help the world is that writing a book is hard without direction. If you don't have a map of where you're going, or you don't really know how to drill down into the exact topics you want to cover, it can quickly become a very confusing process. This doesn't take away from the fact that you know you have something to offer the world. You've always dreamed of writing a book that will really help people. Maybe it's this dream that's kept you going, even when you've gotten confused or you've gotten lost, or you've realized, I don't really know what I'm doing and I don't really know how to pull this whole thing off. This is really common for writers. This is especially common for writers who are intuitive, empathic, compassionate, and really feel a strong call to write a book that will be of service to people, that will be of service to humanity, that will help move people forward in some way. Most of the time, these types of writers have a vague idea of what they want to write about, and it most often includes some of their experience. I've heard from writers who have said, I think I want to write a memoir, but I want my memoir to help people, or I want to write a self-help book, but I think that it's going to include pieces of memoir, or I want to write a mix of the two. I want to write something even that is a memoir and self-help and kind of a workbook. I want to write something that is special and unique to my experience, but that anyone can pick up who's going through a similar experience and it can really help them. But I don't know how to put it all together. I don't know how to format it. I don't know what to include and what to leave out. I don't know what's too little. I don't know what's too much. I don't know how to pull this whole book project together and make it real and make it happen. This results in confusion and procrastination. And a lot of the time I will talk to writers who are blaming themselves for this, and they're judging themselves very harshly. I don't know why I can't get this done. I don't know why I can't just sit my butt in the chair and I can't just crank out these chapters. Or I know what I want to say. Why is it so hard to put this all together? Why is it so hard to get this down on paper? So the more that we judge ourselves, the worse it gets. It becomes this vicious cycle where we become more confused, we become more overwhelmed, and we procrastinate even more, and then we judge ourselves all over again. So a lot of the time what happens in the cycle, you keep thinking about finishing the book, and then the more you think about finishing the book or even starting the book, you feel stuck, you feel overwhelmed. You need help, you need direction, but you don't know where to go. This is why I'm teaching a class this January called Write, Publish, Market Your Nonfiction Book. I've worked with so many clients, so many writers over the past 10 years who stumble into the same blocks over and over when it comes to writing a nonfiction book. Usually the problems that you think are isolated to you, where you think all these other writers have it together and everyone else just seems to know what they're doing, something wrong with you. It's not something wrong with you. These are very common stumbling blocks for writers who want to write a nonfiction book that maybe incorporates pieces of their own healing journey, incorporates experiences of their own life, pieces of memoir even, that might have an unconventional format, that wants to reach people in a way that might be a little outside of the ordinary, a little bit outside of the box. If this is you, chances are you are running into these stumbling blocks where you're procrastinating and you're feeling very confused about how to nail all of this down. In my new class, Write, Publish, Market Your Nonfiction Book, we're going to be learning about all of these things. We're going to be covering how to identify your niche, how to actually nail down what you want to include in the book, what topics you want to cover and what can be left out. Figuring out your format. Do you want this to be a memoir? Do you want this to be a mix of a memoir and a self-help book? Do you want this to be solely self-help, no memoir pieces at all? Do you want it to be a self-help workbook? We're going to be covering all the different formats and how to figure out which one is right for you. in regards to your story and what you want to share with the world. We're also going to be figuring out how to get a book done on schedule, how to come up with a schedule that works for you, where you don't feel like you're burning out and you don't feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, but you also don't feel like you're going into cycles of procrastination and nothing is getting done. So we're going to bring in that support piece as well. This class is going to launch in just about a week. This is a live class. It's a live 3-week class. If this sounds like something that you are interested in, if you've been grappling with how to write and finish your nonfiction book and get it out into the world, please sign up for my newsletter. Please subscribe to my channel so you can get all the updates of when registration for this new class opens. I'm also going to include a Facebook group with this class so that everyone who joins, we can all stay in touch so that when we do start publishing our books, we can act as a support system for each other. We can help each other along. We can ask questions of each other. We can really have a nice little community going where people can go for help and direction and to get questions answered all along the writing, publishing, marketing journey. So please sign up for my newsletter. The link is in the comments box below. You can also find the link on my website. If you have any questions, please use the contact form on my website, laurencapala.com. I'd love to get the questions answered before the class opens in just about a week. All right, everyone, I will see you next time. Thank you so much.